Have you ever felt it? That strange creeping sensation of wrongness? A visceral feeling deep in your bones when you look at something that appears human but you know instinctively that is simply isn't. It's not merely fear, nor is a simple disgust. It is a cold, precise, and deeply specific feeling of revulsion.
Holly.
That feeling, it has a name. It may just to be the key to understanding the very nature of what we fear. This is the Uncanny Valley. To begin our investigation, it seems fitting that we open the file that gives this channel's name. This is an archive dedicated to unsettling, the unsplaining, and the perfectly strange. The uncanny, you see, is a sensation of looking at something familiar that has become hideously unfamiliar. And nowhere is the sensation more potent than when we look at ourselves, or, indeed, at the things they attempt to be us. The term Uncanny Valley was first proposed back in 1970 by the Japanese robotics professor Masahiro Mori. His theory, on the surface, was rather straightforward. As a robot, a doll, or perhaps an animated character appears more and more human, our emotional response, our affinity for it, becomes more positive. We find it cute or appealing. Then, we reach a point, critical point, a threshold. It becomes almost human, far too close for comfort. And at the moment, our empathy doesn't just fade, it collapses, flowing into a deep valley of disturbing sensations. It is only when an android or animation becomes perfectly indistinguishable from a healthy living human being that we can accept it once more. But is this chance, this dreadful, intervening valley, that becomes fascinating and utterly terrifies? You see, Moore's theory was, in essence, an observation. He documented the what, but he did not fully explain the why. Why do this happen? For that, we must look deeper into the ancient evolutionary wiring of our own minds. Make no mistake, the ball is everywhere. You have been a visitor likely your entire life, whether you knew it or not. Hollywood, well, they'll learn this lesson the hard way. Early attempts at computer-generated imaginary animate for realisms, but instead, they often created digital puppets. Delinquents. Films such as The Polar Express or Final Fantasy The Spurs Waiting are now notorious for the dead eyes. The characters looked human, yes, but they didn't move like that. Their eyes didn't convey humanity. There was no soul, no life behind them. We admire simple humanoid robots. We find it quite novel. But when we see an android designed to mimic every facial expression, every subtle blank, every ghost of smile, but it gets it wrong by a mere 1%, Its internal alarm bells begin to ring furiously. It is no longer a machine. It is a thing. A thing pretending to be a person. This, of course, is nothing new. It is precisely why ventriloquist dummies and porcelain dolls have been a staple of horror fiction for centuries. They are the perfect residents of the Uncanny Valley, a small, silent human effigy. So, why do this happen? The official file on them remains open, but they are severe, compelling, and rather chilling theories. One theory suggests it is a deeply-seated survival instinct, hardwired into our DNA. Subtle flaws in appearance, skin blemishes, asymmetrical features, disjointed or jerky movements are all subconscious signals of disease, genetic defects, or in-depth decay. Our primate brain is screaming at us, stay away, that is not healthy, it is unwell. This is a far dark theory. Almost human reminds our subconscious of a corpse, a reanimated cadaver, a zombie. It is, in effect, a dead thing's mimicking life. It forces us to confront the one thing we dread most, our own mortality. And so, we recoil in absolute terror. It is all much simpler. Imagine your brain as a vast filing cabinet. A file for a human, a file for a doll, a file for a robot. But the uncanny object, it doesn't fit neatly into any or established categories. It breaks our mental model of the world and the human mind, positively detests an anomaly. So can you see, the Uncanny Valley is far more than just a theory about robotics. It is a fundamental, perhaps even a foundational part of our shared psychology. It is the dread of the liminal space, the in-between. It is the primal fear of doppelganger. It is the sudden chill that runs down your spine when a voice on the telephone sounds almost like your friend's, but somehow it's not. And that is precisely what we investigate here. This channel is the origin of the same feeling. We will explore the unsolved mysteries, psychological terrors, and disturbing curiosities that lurk just at the edge of our all perceived reality. This file number 1. There are thousands more waiting to be opened. Subscribe to Uncanny Files and help us investigate what truly lies waiting for us in the valley.